Today on Growing Idaho, we are back in the Magic Valley looking at Twin Falls, which has grown by more than 50% since 2000. A bunch more people means a much bigger need for homes, roads, cops, and schools. Here's what the mayor had to say about how they're keeping up. If you're looking for the impacts that growth is having on Twin Falls, you do not have to look much further than Blue Lakes Boulevard. So what can city leaders do about all this traffic? Not as much as you might think, according to Mayor Ruth Pierce, considering Blue Lakes, along with Addison, Pole Line, Kimberly, and other roads, are state highways.
We don't have control over our state highways, which we have several running through Twin Falls. The Prime Bridge is not ours. We don't have control over building a third bridge, which we need very bad. And so I think given what we've got and the funds we have available, we've done a fairly decent job of managing our traffic issues.
One of the most critical issues this growth is creating for the people of Twin Falls is the same issue many Idahoans are facing: a housing shortage. Specifically, an affordable housing shortage. According to the Intermountain MLS, despite prices leveling off, the median cost for a house in Twin Falls is still more than $366,000.
You know, it's free enterprise, so you can't control rents, you can't control housing prices. We couldn't control what the big spike that happened.
But the city can control what it does with its federal COVID funds. The mayor says it's putting more than $1 million of that into building an almost 80-unit affordable housing complex. Pierce says that's the main idea on what they can do to make housing more affordable.
Well, I think more of it, increasing the inventory. One of the things that I think the city can do to help that is make the planning and the building process of that, going through our planning and zoning and our building department, as smooth as possible so that we can up that inventory.
The final big concern with growth is the crime it could bring. According to the Idaho State Police, crime is up in Twin Falls County, but the mayor says she believes it's less about people committing crimes at a higher rate and more about officers arresting criminals at a higher rate, especially drug traffickers coming across the state line. She also says inside the city limits, crime is trending down.
I actually looked at the last 3 years, and our crime went slightly up in 20, and then down. We're down in 22. We're scheduled to be down in 23.
How is education doing in Twin Falls with all this growth? Well, the mayor says the College of Southern Idaho, who we profiled last week, is an incredible partner with them and employers in the area. She says the K-12 schools are doing pretty great too, but there are challenges keeping them funded with property taxes. And that's what we're going to talk about next week on Growing Idaho, how the mayor and many other civic leaders in the state believe a new tax can actually lower taxes overall. We'll explain. Maggie?